Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Oh, good Lord, there's an echo. Well, I know sound's there. So, yeah, as soon as I sat down, my computer fan was running and it decided it was going to restart. So, like it knows. So, hey, Seventh, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome to the replay crew. How goes it? I'm exhausted. This might not be too long of one, as I've gotta wash the bedding. Still gotta dig out a suitcase, a sleeping bag, dig out a suitcase. Oldest needs a sleeping bag. Of course, the 9-year-old empty pit gets here. I gotta work on teaching this child that if you're too busy watching a YouTube, whether it be on TV or on your phone or on something, and you're eating, your brain doesn't register you ate. And she doesn't need to be eating a lot. She's not fat, but Jesus Christ, she's a brick shithouse. Good Lord. She's stout. I mean, she's just stout. And she's going to be tall. Was it 4'9" in third grade? Yeah. So, it's lovely. What we drink for health. I mean, black coffee's bad enough just because there's no calories in it. So, I'm out there trying to get the laundry. Now, I got these things all hung up. Good God, I've got way too many. I got more than enough for every day of the week. I need to filter some of them out that like have holes in it. And yeah. So I'm glad it's Wednesday. One step closer. But I got my fire starters made yesterday. So I do, and it's a lot of these. I don't have to wear sleeves. It cracks me up. My granddaughter's mother, she pretty much cami tops just like me all year round, even to work. She goes with a it's like sweater cover over it. Except she's braver than I am. She's got no problems wearing those that just cling to everything. No, I'd have lumps in my clothing if I wore something that clung to everything. So you just can't do it. And oh my God, these I don't know. Maybe it's because my phone hears me watching Alpha Central or Griffin Mind or what's the other one I like to watch? He's like a werewolf cartoon. That I get these gals on threads that way more than I do and less than I do. Putting themselves out there like, what do y'all think of this? And I'm like, oh my God, child, A, put some clothes on, and B, gain some self-respect. Is that what the culture's become nowadays? I got after the 9-year-old, and I'm gonna have to explain it to her better today. She's sitting there shaking her booty, and I'm like, no, we don't do this until we're older. I said, because you attract the wrong type of people. So I got to figure a way to politely tell her that's fine here at the house, my house, your other grandma's house. That's fine, but do not do it out in public. It's like I have a thing about people wearing words on their ass for a little child to wear. It's like, no, we already have a problem. Those type of people who will leer at a child. our school district already had a problem with a teacher that got convicted for having pictures on his school computer. Yeah, which, having worked with said person years ago, totally blew my mind. I'm like, say what? He had what? Yeah. I mean, the kids had him for a teacher. But yeah, just maybe I'll tell her about the PE teacher they had in the district here. Probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago, in the elementary school. Let's put it this way, his last name was Gross and it fit pretty good. So yeah. I'm not sure what he was when he worked in the elementary school, but he was a science teacher in the middle school. Tall, white guy. I don't know if he still drove a Suburban. But yeah, I mean, it just blew us all away. He was just I question if it ever was a thing. I mean, he had his own kids, and he was fine with his own kids. He was fine with the students. But I guess it started when Tumblr started. There was some weird shit you could find on Tumblr. So I gotta let her know that these are things we don't do. Sure, you want to try to dance, it's the shit they see on TV. So sure, they're gonna want to, she can dance in the kitchen, she can dance in the living room at her folks' house. I just don't want her doing it out. Yeah, and I know her father won't, when she has time with him, won't stop her. But I gotta figure out a way to address a 9-year-old who's trying to grow up too fast. We don't do that. And I told her yesterday, that is not ladylike. Oh, good God. We had it wasn't a science teacher, but what the hell was he? But if girls had white t-shirts on, he would squirt them with the water bottle. Yeah. He's different. I don't think he's a teacher anymore. But yeah. They call it. There was I think that's the same teacher I'm thinking of, that, I was always, the girls would be there after school looking for help. Yeah. Hey, Shannon, how are you? The girls would be there after school asking for help. Well, thank God I only raised boys, but different duck. Very different duck. But yeah, I gotta explain to her today. I had to sit there and think about it last night. How can I say, besides, that's not ladylike, that's, not what a girl of your age does. And the poor child has already got her little bag of extra Johnnes, extra pants, or whatever that she's now carrying with her. And I'm like, honey, don't be mentally encouraging that to start. I said, because you're stuck with it till into your 50s. I said, the least time you have to deal with it, the better. She's like, well, I might be starting my stuff soon. And I'm like, going, honey, don't be too, don't will it into existence right now, because once it starts, you're stuck for the next 40 years. No. I think a lot of it, personally for me, is all the chemicals they put into food that's causing this early onset. Well, she's curious, it's like, what's going to happen to me, how it's going to be. And yeah, I know. And I'm like, no, just wait, no, just don't encourage it in your brain because there, your brain, what your brain does, your body will follow. And I'm like, you don't want to encourage it because it's a mess for the next 50 years, please. Yeah. So, oh God, I know. When your milk has to tell you, I know, no hormones or antibiotics were given to these cows, and it costs more, something's wrong. Um, I think for years that's been why young girls have, how to put it lightly, have been getting way bigger chichis than my generation got. So I remember looking and thinking, it's the milk. It's all the hormones they put in the milk. Yeah. Um, God, I'm glad the dyes are coming out of the foods. Sure, it ain't gonna look bright and exciting to eat, but most things that are poisonous in the natural world are bright and colorful. So that should have been a clue right there. Don't eat it. Do your best to eat on the edges of the grocery store, not the toxic center. Oh, well, oh yeah, it's like it's the kids complain. Well, these kids, my older kids aren't going to complain. The daycare kids might, but I've been buying the daycare kids, dye-free stuff, so they don't even think twice about it. Or if it's dyed, I make sure it's like a beet juice dye or beet juice, anything like that. But getting my own kids to try at first the purple and green ketchup. They preferred the green because it was closer to the red, but the purple ketchup they just looked at like, no. I said, just close your eyes, take a bite with some fries. That's all it took once they realized, hey, this is still ketchup, but that stained the countertop. So, oh yeah. Oh God, I know yellow 5. It's a yellow 5 in smaller children causes mood swings. That's from what I've read. Don't quote me on it. I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. And then, of course, the red 40, they say uh, hyperactivity. So, needless to say, like their popsicles, their Otter Pops, which I need to order some soon because I'll be out of school, is the dye-free 100% fruit juice Otter Pops. And they'll eat those. So that's fine. It's juice. Though apple juice is your highest concentrate sugar of all the juices. So my kids, the granddaughter, the 9-year-old when she was smaller, they didn't get actual straight apple juice till they were maybe 2 or 3. I always watered it down. So, but it's even watered down apple juice is better than that shit you get at McDonald's. That apple box. That no, that's gross. I can't. I gotta find something. Wow. Well, crab apples are pretty sour by themselves. I've eaten them just plain because my stupid ass likes things that are sour. But, yeah, crab apples here are pollinators. If you go through, especially as the orchard's just starting to bloom, you'll see the top, especially with the small ones that have the little tiny trees that produce just as much as the big ones. You'll see a taller one scattered throughout, and those are pollinators. Yeah, so I've had crab apples, and yeah, that little thing right here, what this stuff does to me too. didn't know they actually gave them to people. They were just something yeah. Told your friend, here, try one of these. These are really good. You need to try one of these. I thought that's what all they did. Oh, cran apple. Okay, cranberry. That just plain cranberry is. I've got it. Well, we haven't opened it yet, but always have a jar of 100% cranberry juice. Never know how the bladder is going to react to these foods now. So, oh, mackerel, yeah, there's a lot of sugar in any, cran raspberry, cran whatever. It's mostly high fructose corn syrup, and that's your yeah. That's the for me is the ick. I look at it. I have the Yucca app, and I'm out of curiosity. I scanned my Premier Protein drink, and it says we don't do protein, and I'm like, I bet it's shit for me, but it's still protein. So I gotta start working counting my protein again. First, I had too much protein. Now I'm not getting enough. I'm like, make up your mind, doctor. So, oh yeah, have you ever had even that cranberry jelly we all seem to love at Thanksgiving? It's like your goal to get it out of the can, still in the shape of the can, so you got those little ridges. Eggs. Yeah, I had 3 eggs yesterday. I didn't have any today. I had yogurt with grape nuts for my iron. But yes, Peter, I do go through them, and I need to find a local. I guess there's a gal here. I just need to contact her that sells them for $5 a dozen, fresh eggs. No, not clean, so they don't have to be refrigerated. So, oh yeah, I scan a lot of stuff with that thing now. It's like, oh, but it tastes good. I like it. It tells me it's absolutely terrible for me. But I'm doing better at cutting back the candy. Yeah, like I said, I just got to cut back basically the malto meal cocoa pebbles. I got to cut that back. That's my go-to in the middle of the night. I should probably just better off just have. It's probably the milk. I should just have the milk. Hey, Spicer, how goes it? How goes Canada? Oh, yeah, and Alberta. Alberta wants to secede from Canada. So, oh yeah, sugar is. I went through and I need to go back again because of the cancer causing things, refined sugar, and just try to eliminate it all. I know I'm going to get the headaches. I get headaches worse cutting back sugar than I do caffeine. It's like I haven't even had a cup of coffee today. But, oh God, yeah. It didn't. I think instead of trading up for your next prime minister, it's like either you trade it equally or down somewhere on here. There's a picture with the now current prime minister and a lady whose father was Mossad that's sitting in jail right now. So, yeah, that didn't give me a warm fuzzy when I saw that. I'm like, great. So, so much for the children. But, yeah. Oh, gosh. I am so glad I didn't raise girls. They're not easy. Yeah. Little ones. Well, I raised the 9-year-old like I did a boy, so she's a big tomboy, but still. The emotions. Oh, my. I thought boys were bad. Boys just get mad or just, go to irritate their brother. And, children have a meltdown over I'm like, there's no crying in baseball. Oh, same here. Same here. They should be. But most Americans are just taught to keep buying, as I copy from Carlin, buying shit that they don't need with money that they don't have. So, rice, beans, water, yep. Because we've got Pakistan and India who are now lobbing projectiles at each other. And yeah, I do. I'm glad I'm in the downward slide. And they both have the weapons of mass destruction. And I have a feeling if we're going to see any of those fly, it'll be from those two. Except India has a they don't strike first policy when it comes to those. Pakistan does not. So it's sit back and I don't know, sometimes I look at the world and I'm thinking maybe it's time for it to burn. I mean, most people won't survive without water, with the availability to clean water. Most of them won't survive. The creek that we got in town doesn't run all year long. It only runs during the summertime because it comes out of a reservoir. But it comes down, push comes to shove, you just walk down the hill and you start getting water, and that's your daily routine. It's, oh hell, I'd be in great shape. I had to walk down the Natchez grade every day for water. Yep, they do. India is the one that just doesn't have the shoot first, ask later. No, that they have to be shot at first. Yep. If anything, I think they'll use a tactical first, which is it's still contaminating. Not as drastic, but still contaminating. And this whole world's a powder keg, just waiting. And, you've got Ukraine and Russia. What is it on average? Is it a week? I heard 5,000 people. That's from both sides. Kids, a week. Turn my Wi-Fi off. A week. You know. Yeah, water's very heavy. I mean, I'm not sure where we have another creek that runs. I'll have to find it because there's two different creeks that they all go into the same one. So yeah. And here, I tried to explain to the kids, you know, the 9-year-old can make fire. She can filter water. She's way better at saving her own ass than her brother is. But I tell her, I said, this is what we live right here is an anomaly. Most of the world doesn't have the safety and security that we have now. We don't have to worry if a bomb's going to hit our house. You know, we don't have to worry if there's going to be some explosion or our town doesn't do anything anyway, but we don't have to worry about someone driving into a crowd and just plowing people over. I said, this is an anomaly that most people don't have. And because of that, a lot of the population here in the States are complacent. They don't. And I've taught her, and I tried to teach my aunt. I said, you go into a place like Walmart, Fred Meyer's, anything like that, you immediately know where your exits are. So you don't walk in not knowing how to get out. It was one of the things I worried about with building that thing down south that runs the whole gamut of our country. Sure, it keeps people out, but it also keeps people in. And I'm like, you know, granted, I don't want any more coming in. I mean, A lot of my ancestors didn't do well since 1492, but I like the idea that we could be trapped in just as easy. Maybe that's my own paranoia. Oh God. Yeah, and I've never been there, but the kids have been in there and they tell me it's just one big, you have to follow a certain way to get through there. The frozen meatballs aren't bad, or the lingonberry syrup isn't bad either. They brought us home that. But I've never been, all those times going back and forth. Where am I excited to go when I go to the west side? Issaquah's Value Village. Because we don't have ours anymore. It's a Marshall and a Guitar Center and a Sears Optical. Yeah, I was all excited when I saw Value Village. I'm like, yay, I get to go rummage through shit. I mean, I actually got a decent pair of shorts there. Some Calvin Klein. They're made to look like cutoffs, stretch. Because the brand new shorts I put on to wear over to a doctor's appointment, my dumbass put a pin in the back. So now I have a iron-on patch right where that big ink stain is supposed to be. So yeah. One of these days I'll go to IKEA. I don't even know what the hell it is. What I want to do when I want to take the 9-year-old to Pacific Science Center. But what I want to do and see if I can get the boys to go, I want to go to Emerald Downs. I haven't been there since I was a kid. I miss horse racing. My uncle had horses. I remember my niece. She's 4 years old. She has a little handout like this because we're in the field. We're feeding the horses. He had thoroughbreds. She goes like this. She goes, the horses run like hell. I'm like, what? And she's like, the horses run fast. I'm like, yeah, that's your grandpa's doing right there. And every time my uncle came up when I was growing up, he was a Marine in Korea. Us kids always learned new words. Man, that man had that mouth of a sailor. It made me look good. I mean, it was hilarious. But yeah, I miss the horse races. One of my classmates, who corrects me up, is now 2 inches taller than I am. When we were younger, was shorter than me. And my dad said, you might, smart ass little shit, still is. Want to look into being a jockey, because he liked being around horses. So my dad told him to look into being a jockey, and he became a jockey. He also became a bit of a junkie. That's all cleared up, thank God. He's sober, dry, you name it, which is fabulous. I think it's great. But yeah, he was a jockey. He rode my uncle's horses a couple of times, and I don't know if anybody's had to. Oh yeah. No, exactly. They're expensive, and you can't do anything. That's another reason I don't have chickens. The neighbors have chickens. I mean, I could have chickens. It's just I don't want to be stuck at the house. To be constantly watching for the hawks that go over, the vultures that go over. The dogs are in a fence, but I don't want to, have to worry about them getting eaten by the dogs. And once a dog gets to taste the chicken, then my attitude is you gotta shoot the dog. So here, shit, you'd never know anything happens in the world here. Seattle, those idiots over there are. Oh, you got out, Mama's okay. They're trying their shit again, like they used to here a few years back with Chaz and all that other stuff. And the taxes are going to kill a lot of people, a lot of more businesses than anything. So that unless you deal with apples around here. There's nothing to mess with, but yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, that'd be fun. I love horses, but just I don't have the time or the energy. But yeah, Seattle's lost. I mean, I guess at least Seattle, you don't have a raccoon with a meth pipe. I don't remember where I was. If I was on Telegram, I got it too warm in here. It's or what? But I saw the actual traffic stop of the old lady who got out of the car, and then the raccoon she had in her car. I don't think they're legal to own, and they're not legal to own here in Washington. I don't think they're legal to own in Oregon either. But the raccoon in the car had a pipe. Two of them, actually. They got one away from the raccoon, and he picked up another one. I'm like, if that's 100% Portland right there. I haven't been through Portland since 20 or 21. Goddamn Google Maps took us basically through downtown, and it was shit. I was like, yeah, get me the hell out of here now. So, yeah, the west side, the east side, not a lot happens here. I mean, we got Crackama. And the drugs of choice here are, what is it? The kid said meth and fentanyl. Those are the two drugs of choice here. One of my classmates down in Sunnyside put up a video. She was disgusted. I'm not exactly sure where she took it. It looked like the old Honda place, but I doubt it. Two people nodding out. So, oh, are you thinking of the Saturday? I used to go to the Saturday market years ago. It's funny. That was quite the place to go. And when you got two country kids and you go to a city, you see things like, well, back then for us, two women holding hands, we looked at each other like, okay. Never seen that before growing up in the country. So, yep. I lived in Oregon as a kid. It's a beautiful place to be. But dang yeah, it's a neat place to be, but that was on the coast and then in the mountains, so not anywhere near a big city. Oh God, no kidding. They don't need any ideas. The states. I listened to Brandy Cruz. Hi, little mamas. She's such a pretty cat. Mama, okay, we're going to lay back there. Okay, we're not going to go to the window. She's such a pretty cat. I wish I knew she wanted to stay inside before we had her fixed, because then they clipped her ear. I thought she'd just want to go back out to being a stray. So she looks like a community cat if she's outside, so nobody, they won't pick her up and haul her off. But yeah, Washington's going to go through some tough times. And evidently, we're on Orange Man's radar. I'll have to go back and rewatch that one. But we seriously need a Doge agency to go through the shit here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And man, let me tell you, was it? My oldest and his friend years ago wanted to experience what the Beatles experienced. Say Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And they said that was tough to find. And then they bought too much of it. I don't even think they got to sell it. They just threw it away. Oh, good. Yeah. But yeah, that cracked me up. Well, we wanted to know what the Beatles experienced. And I'm like, oh. Of course, they tell me after the fact. I'm like, really? And that was one of the things when they were, I told them if it grows naturally here, I don't have too much of a problem with it. Just don't get your ass busted. But one of the things camping was absolutely zero shrooms camping. None. None. I said, I am not looking for your ass in that out in that meadow. No. It's one thing to have the it's my chica. To have the devil's lettuce. I didn't care about that. I said, that's fine. You guys will just sit here at camp and not do anything. But I don't want the other one, and I have to have you guys wander off and have to try to find you. So, yep. Now you don't dare take anything if it doesn't. No thanks. I wouldn't. It's like my generation had the last of the, strange as it sounds, pure drugs. If you were buying Coke, you usually got Coke, and maybe it's cut with a couple of things, but not the stuff that comes from over the ocean. And I'm sure I look like a snob to people who are begging on the corner, but I will not give to them. I don't want to hand them $5 and have them go buy some stuff, and with the money that I handed them, and they take their last pill ever. Yeah, I won't do it. I used to give money, but now when one pill could be the end of a person, forget it. I don't want that on my conscience. Just thinking, was it the money I gave him? We had one guy we'd give money to. Neek might have saw him. This is years back. We used to call him Waldo because it would be, where's Waldo? He would be on the corner of like Nob Hill and First Street. Skinny little guy. I think he's the one that if you gave him $100 bill, he'd give you some black tar. I think he ended up dead. But yeah, it just become like, where's Waldo? We find him in different parts of town. So there's one kid I haven't seen in, I know it's been before the CV. His name was Steven. Tall, dark-haired kid. He hung around Fred Myers a lot. I'd bring him food or whatnot when I'd see him. So, oh yeah, yep. God damn, Nick, that sucks. I'm sorry. I hate that shit. I absolutely hate it. Yeah, I had no. Yeah, they. Many. My oldest, his friend of mine gave him for graduation a beer pong table. So yeah, and they've made it out of one of those foldable tables, not the white kind, but it was an older laminated kind, and made it out of that and painted it and everything for him, and that so it was folded and portable. It's like, oh God. So, oh shit. God damn it. It's one thing to lose, a family member, but then have to explain to the kid later on what happened to dad. And it just takes the tiniest amount. And some people have that receptor that they immediately get addicted to something. And addiction is an illness, no matter what some people will tell you. It is an illness. For some reason, it's like my half brother. He was one of those people that could do drugs, and then just stop like it was nothing. Drinking, stop like it was. Well, it's like me drinking, 10 plus a night, stopping like it was nothing, and then no DTs, no shakes, no nothing. Of course, that's usually White Claws aren't that. But yeah. What is it? I don't have an addictive personality. I mean, I smoked from I was 13 off and on to into my 50s, and I never got addicted to smoking, but I sure liked it. It was fun. It was relaxing, but I never got addicted to the nicotine. So, yep. Let them know you love them, because you don't know if the next day is going to be your last. And yeah, that's why that was my attitude. Why I didn't do hard liquor. I couldn't. No, I never could anyway. It just wasn't my thing. I used to drink Bud Light, not anymore. But yeah. Now, by the time I'm old, I'm gonna have. I should own stock in Crystal Light by the amount I will have drank. So I tried. About a year or so back, I was cutting back on my alcohol. Started drinking lemonade, a real lemonade. Yeah, well, that put weight on me, so I had to stop that one. But God, that I could drink a whole half gallon and not think twice until I'm peeing every 5 minutes. God, I love this Eternal Reds. I don't know what's in it, but it doesn't thoroughly mix. It leaves a grit that, I don't know. I didn't pay attention one day. I'm like, oh, there's a scoop. And I was like, okay, that has to go back into the protein bag. I didn't realize I'd grabbed the wrong scoop. I had left out the one from making more reds, and so it still had the Eternal Red powder in it, and I shoved it in my protein bag, and not my protein, my collagen bag. So my chocolate collagen had in my coffee. So my coffee had hey Ben, how are you? Had a hint of berry. And I was just like, wow, that's really weird in my coffee. So yeah. Just tell myself it's good for me. It's weird. I'm not sure. I have to look at the thing. I got to dig out a new thing. Oh yeah, this white hair. It's more like Edgar Winter. Yeah. Oh God, that marathon race. Whatever we had up here in Titan or out Noe Road, some little girl was selling chocolate peanut butter clusters. I barely have enough hair. Oh, I talk to myself constantly. I answer myself too. That's when I get an expert opinion. But see, they were good. Bring it in. It's $1 for 2 of them. They were really, really good. And of course, you got a kid who's got homemade chocolates in a zip, little zip. You're a little nervous. And I thought, well, if I die, I die. Just put down I ate chocolate. But it was really good. Hi, Sandy. How are you? You guys aren't completely late. I forgot I was going to open this, you guys. So if I here, I gotta switch it around. It's gonna make me dizzy again. Y'all can read it. Just now opened it. Figured if I take some and keel over dead, it's online for insurance purposes. Just this. Almost bumped my this open. Vodka. Oh, oof, I can't do vodka. When I was in high school, I remember mixing Smirnoff and Black Velvet. Yuck. How in the hell I did that? My as a kid, me and my cousin, our dads would be in the basement playing pool, and they'd put their good old Lucky Loggers on the window. Oh, we were little and they weren't looking. We'd sneak them. So yeah, I was introduced to alcohol before First Holy Communion. What's the bottle say? This damn plastic, yes. If anything, when this is done, this is a cool cobalt bottle. I'd like to try oh, the fun kind of fudge that actually makes you sleepy. Alcohol free. Well, it's good to know it's formaldehyde free. If you leave, this is what I learned as a kid, or not quite as a kid, a young adult. And it was from a doctor. She said, if you leave your diet drink in the car, and it gets hot, it's been opened and used, and it gets hot, I can't pronounce it. The NutraSweet starts with pH, turns to wood alcohol. I said, don't drink it. So ever since then, I won't drink it. This thing looks like. Oh boy, it's blue. Curious. I'll probably stain my finger. It's blue. Ah. Oh, good Lord. That has to go into something. It's like, that's not too bad. I forget how many of these you're supposed to have. They suggest non-GMO, USP grade, lab tested. So ingredients, distilled water. I don't know. My finger's still blue. I have to go this way because it's supposed to help with brain function and attention span, and does something with your mitochondria. I have to look it up. But if it helps me focus, I'm for it. If it doesn't help me focus, I'll just empty it out and have a really cool blue bottle. So, yeah, this tastes better than this does. But yeah, I have to put some in a glass and drink it. that's just, oh, yeah. I will. I'll let you know. I'll try some today and take it with us to the cabin and oh, it gets iodine tastes better than this. Methylclobinemia. I can't pronounce that. Yeah. So it does something with your, I think it's your mitochondria. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I'll thin it out with some water. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it makes me think of those as a kid. Most kids nowadays don't get this, but we got our polio on a sugar cube, and that's what it reminds me of. I just put it in a sugar cube and eat it that way. Yeah. Hey, Sophia. Yeah, it does something with your mitochondria and helps with focus and attention, which obviously I need. You guys watched me completely lose track of what the hell I was talking about yesterday. It's just like I need a soundboard. I need to figure out a soundboard for this because I needed the Windows, opening sound with a thunk at the end because that's pretty much what my brain did yesterday. It just shut down. So, yep, the powerhouse of the cell. Oh, well, we all must be free. It's supposed to do quite a bit, but if whatever it will work on the most, this is what I was listening to yesterday, I think it is, or day before yesterday. If you already have that in order like it should be, it won't do anything. So, but that was also a younger person. So I'm I love that, Sandy. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know much, but I'm just gonna give it a try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I just have a cool blue bottle. I can put this stuff in. I'll wear this stuff as a perfume. It comes in it comes in this, but you only get about this much oil and the rest is water. You shake it, you mix it and make it into a little room spray. Unless you're like me who sat there in the bathroom with, I don't have one in here. Oh shit. It's a graduated cylinder and slowly worked getting the oil out. So that's just about pure oil, except for the little bubbles you see at the bottom. That's water. So, oh, I know. I love blue bottles. I've been, all right. Wrong hand. I'm backwards. There's a cat. I'm not sure what she's doing. Goose, goose. Oh, your mom's in the cat tree. She's looking at me like, yeah. Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? How have you been? How's your mom, sweetheart? Yeah, but if anything, it's just gonna be a really cool bottle. So those are over there. Yeah, gotta get rid of most of them. I gotta get that little container and put some more of them in and take him up to the cabin. Since I've done all that work, he's probably all around where yeah. So I'll just put more where the trailer's at. part of me wanted to buy that trailer setup, but part of me said no, because his dad was going to sell it was in the 90s, I forget what year, F-150 extended cab and the fifth wheeler for $5,000. And I'm like, damn, that's a good deal. Damn, that's a good deal. No, I can't do that. And because it's all set up for a computer person, which is great and all, but my luck would be haunted. So, where'd she go to? Goose, goose. Oh, you're down below your mom now. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Spoiled. Absolutely spoiled. Yeah, I know. I've got to go here in a couple minutes and get the new sheets into the washing machine. Go look for the sleeping bag in the garage and get all that done before the 9-year-old shows up and wants to help. Yeah, because then it's like, what's this? What's this? And then in my ADHD, I'm gone. But yeah, Kristen, I'm going to try some methylene blue. See if it helps with my attention span. But yeah, my just touching it, my finger's blue. I'm sure my tongue is still blue too. So, and I guess there's methylene chewables. But what I watched the other day, the guy didn't really recommend them because his whole mouth, teeth, and all looked blue. Kind of like when we were younger. The dentist people would come in and they'd hand you those little packets to chew to see how well you've been brushing. That's pretty much, I think, what I envisioned it would do with a chewable like that. Yeah. So I was just like going, oh, God, I remember those. Still remember, I think when the boys were younger, they were still giving those things out. They, what'd they give out? Fluoride tablets. I never gave them to the boys. I threw them away. We were on Nob Hill Water when they were little. And, that had fluoride in it enough. That was no. And then they stopped it. I forget how many years back ago they stopped putting fluoride in the water, which was good. And they keep trying to tell the kids, remind your mother, you do not want fluoridated toothpaste. You want it with it starts with an H, but it helps rebuild your teeth. So that's what I use. I use a David's something from Amazon. Except they don't. The first few things came with a key. Because it's a metal tube to roll it up. Kind of like similar to the key you would get in your old Spam cans where you had to roll them open. And then luckily I kept them because I'm like, I could probably use this on something else to wind it up. So I kept them. Oh, okay. I'll let you know if it helps me. We'll see. But yeah, they're a lot like the Spam keys, and except the whole end of your tube slides over the whole end of your tube, and then you roll it up. Well, these last few boxes doesn't have them, so it's a good thing I kept 2 of them. Then my little raised by the silent generation. Oh, you better keep one because you never know if you're going to need it again. Yeah, well, I kept 2. So. Oh, for taking the methylene blue? Or why does chelation sound familiar? I might not, but I do need to get going because I got to get that shit started before she gets here. Not sure if I'll be here. I'll probably go live driving into town tomorrow. I got to get groceries. And I want everything packed tomorrow and in the car so we can, nobody's there tomorrow night. So we won't have to wait for anybody to exit from there. You know, they're supposed to leave by 11, but you never know. We won't have to wait. So once I get his ass motivated, if it's all loaded by Thursday, we just jump in it and go. And I get more time up there. So. Okay. How do you take yours? I don't think I could be dropping it into my pink lemonade, but yeah, tomorrow I'll probably just on my drive into town. Gotta find an option for hot dogs for the 4-year-old because I still don't let her eat hot dogs. Last time she had hot dogs here, I cut the hot dogs up into smaller pieces, but still put it in the hot dog bun, so it was easier for her to eat. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try one dropper first and go from there. So hopefully it helps this attention span that is just I'm too broke to pay attention. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get going. I love you all. Like I said, won't be here Friday, but I will be back Monday, hopefully, with some beautiful pictures. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures other than I think I put up the video of the deer we saw when I took the 9-year-old. Yeah, it's similar to pigs, and I miss pigs in a blanket. Those were good. We used to get them at IHOP, International House of Pancakes, and now we don't have one of those here. So, okay. Yeah, I do everything like my red rice yeast Monday through Friday and give my kidneys a break on the weekend. So, yeah. But I'll put up on my community tab about 30 minutes before I go live. So, all right. Love you all. It's so weird to see the cat because this is reversed. I have to switch it back around. All my love, Miss Dragon. I will catch you all on the flip side. Blanket. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.